Hello again. Hey Conan. Welcome back. Alright, I'm excited to finish this build. How was your day? About to get dinner, so I'll be lurking around. Oh, no worries. I just finished my dinner. I eat pretty late. I wish I didn't eat as late as I do, but hello again, Captain. What's up? Long time no see. Kyle, welcome back. How were our Mondays? It's good to see we made it through. My Monday was pretty smooth. But Tuesday is usually when things get crazy, so. One day down, 4 to go. We're almost there. It's almost Friday. It's almost the weekend. 11 hours? Oh. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Something in my setup is jiggling a little bit. Just make sure my C-stand isn't touching anything. That's jiggling. Jiggling is a weird word choice. I apologize. Yeah, 11 hours is a long day. Is that, it's not typical for you, is it? This whole album is just so good. Oh no. combination of Monday and Q4. Do you have the type of workplace where if you spent 8 hours on Monday, are you going to get to work a little bit less on Friday or anything like that? My job is actually pretty strict about we are not supposed to work overtime. That said, I think actually it must not be that strict because I think most people are working more than 40 hours right now. Nope. That sucks. Won't be over until end of December. Art, what's up? Art, your HHKB stand? I am itching to use. I just still have not modded my own HHKB. I'm excited to use it though. I hope you've been well, Art. Oh, we'll do some searching for a space bar. No worries, we're all busy right now, it seems. It does seem that way. Actually, like every single person I talk to in real life or here on Twitch seems to be talking about how busy their job is. Hopefully we can all get out of it soon. The fun of me. HR Toby? No way. What's up, Toby? How are you? It's the rush before people start slacking off near the holidays. Let's hope. Let's hope. I think unfortunately it's going to be a kind of nerve-wracking holidays for me this year. But Christmas 2027 or wait. Yeah. Christmas 2026 should be smooth. 2027 for sure smooth. I'm putting it out there. Might start with these rows and then we'll solder in the rest. I finally got myself a plateless keyboard and it's my current fave. Low-key regret not getting one earlier. I love playlists. When we were building the Neo boards earlier this year, I preferred. I think is it the C. So Neo has the regular ones and then the CU versions of their boards. I think it's the CU ones. Oh, but then you could do it with the Neo Ergo, couldn't you? I built my Neo Ergo plateless for sure, and yes, I really like the Neo Ergo playlist. I think it's the move. I did a plate at first, but then I switched to playlist, and it's better. But I can't remember on the other Neo boards if it's the CU version or the regular version. Probably the CU version that you can do playlist builds on. Like the 65 and the 60. I built my T9 playlist and I didn't like it, to be honest. Really? What switches? Sorry, I gotta go get my soldering stuff. Black, now I want playlist 60, but maybe I'm just over MX in general. I'm pretty much only EC and one HE board at the moment. I don't know if I'll ever be over MX. I probably will always have an MX keyboard, I imagine. But sometimes you gotta rebuild a board. Even if it's just a different MX switch, different cherry switch, you know? Have you been, Tyler? What's new with you? Work busy? Yeah, Toby, work is busy, but we were just talking about earlier. It seems like work is busy for everyone right now. I've been good though, hanging in there. Taking pictures, building keyboards. It's been an interesting year, to be honest. Maybe not my favorite year, but some interesting stuff has happened this year, I will say. Sorry for the fan noise. Just got back from picking up my EV car from the charger, and I can't wait till this lease is over. Ooh. Beast, you don't like your EV? like the car, but charging it sucks. Man, so I've been researching cars more and more because my current one is kind of on the way out. And I did consider making the EV jump, but I think I decided a hybrid is probably what I need at this point. There's a lot of good lease deals on EVs right now. I'm guessing you don't have a charger at home, or? Remember to change the head on my soldering iron. I'm looking at two EV SUV in the next 2 years, Rivian or Scout. They're both in the 60, 70K range. Yeah, those are expensive cars, my friend. Rivians are pretty cool looking. I like how Rivians look. No charger at home, as it's just a lease, and there is a free charger, 10-minute walk. Free charger? Where do they do free chargers at? Do you think you would like it better if you had, even if you had to pay for charging, if you had it at home? My apartment has a couple EV charging spots or whatever. But I don't really get how it works. Because you're only supposed to park there when you're charging. And I feel like people probably abuse that. Local grocery store, free charger, that's sweet. If I get the EV, I'll have a charger at home. It's worth it. I mean, for me, I think I would have to have it at home. Because doesn't it take a while to charge your car? Like, is it like an hour or two? Oops. Pull that switch out. It's just a normal plug. It'll take 6+ hours. Oof. My home situation is kind of weird. We still have fuses, so we would have to update that, then get a charger. So pretty hefty bill to get a charger put in my house. Yeah, it doesn't sound worth it unless you are committed to EV long term. Do you know what you're gonna go with next? You're gonna go back to full gas, hybrid. I really feel like hybrid is the move right now, at least for my situation. Maybe even plug-in hybrid. We installed solar last year. Luckily, they updated during the install. What does that mean, they updated? So many fun old gas cars I would love to try, but all prices still feel so inflated. I don't know if used car prices are ever coming down. I've given up on the idea. Whatever the lease deals are at the time in September. So would you potentially get another EV? If the lease deals are good? Oh, shoot. That pin was bent. I have to pull it. Okay, this song, just because it keeps repeating baby steps, is reminding me of that. Did any of you play the game Baby Steps? That like walking game? I didn't play it, but I'm wondering if it was good. If it is good. If I should play it. I'll wait for our country to go a bit more green again. Rebates for EVs. They updated fuse box in case we decided to install an EV plug. Ooh, nice. I sure hope not, because auto insurance is more and registration with the state is more. Something I wasn't prepared for when getting this car. Can I ask, Beast, why do you like leasing? Dang it, I'm gonna have to desolder that. What's up, Secret Man? And Alfalfa, what's up? Isn't it too expensive to repair EVs in the long term? Are you talking about the battery, Toby? I've heard the battery isn't necessarily that bad. Like it's a decent amount of money, but I've heard that replacing the battery is not like it's not a reason to not get an EV. It's not a reason to not get an EV. It's not a reason to not get an EV. I've never had an EV though, or had to replace a battery, so. And done. This is actually my first lease because my last car was a muscle car that was a huge depreciating asset. So I look into options of getting a new vehicle, and leasing just made sense for this time around. I'm not sure I'm going to lease after the next lease. I would like to buy one after that. Fair enough. The battery fires are scary still. The ejection systems they are testing in China are pretty cool though. Ejection systems? Like it ejects you out of a car? After that one car that caught fire and trapped the passengers inside? Hell no. Yeah, but like regular cars catch on fire. Gas cars catch on fire. It ejects the battery. That's better. Makes more sense. But they can't put out the battery cell fires easily. BYD in China is so nice. Is that a car brand? Keeps getting stuck under here. It's their Tesla. I think I've seen it before. I kind of want to live in a city where you can walk everywhere, no need for a car expense. Tell me about it. Hell yeah. My only thing is that I sometimes like to get outside of the city every once in a while. Say if I lived in Seattle, for example. I guess you could just rent a car. But like, what if I wanted to get to Mount Rainier for a weekend? I wanted to just go hike or something. I guess you just rent a car, right? What's up, Lamp? I love Boston for the matter that it's pretty solid as far as transit goes. That's what I've heard. Just getting priced out, but I haven't driven a car in 3 years because the public transit is pretty great. Man. Dude, that sucks to hear you're getting priced out. I've heard a lot of good things about Boston. I've also, in my mind, romanticized the Boston train commute to work. Seems like that would be nice. One of the coolest commutes that I've ever heard of, though, is in Seattle. Some people who live out on the islands, they commute into Microsoft via ferry. Commuting via ferry is kind of cool. Do you have ferry in Boston? I suppose so. Yeah, you're right there. Ferry with a car or walk-on ferry? I've done the drive-on ferry before in Seattle. I feel like walk-on would be cooler because then you don't have a car to worry about. My current commute to work is walkable, although I drive because I have to go to our branch locations as HR. You're a mobile HR? I've never once seen my HR. A bit crowded in the morning. I think the crowd, though, is like, well, first of all, I like how the crowd indicates like a functioning public transport system and one that people actually want to use. But then I also think crowded is good for safety, or at least perceived safety. So do they assume someone's getting fired when I show up? Oof. It's dysfunctional, works till it doesn't. These past 2 or 3 years, it's been better. Is it pretty on time? That's the biggest problem with the public transportation around here, is like the time is just not consistent. It doesn't run. We have a light rail. That kind of sucks, to be honest. I love Asian subway transit. Oh, please. Give me high-speed rail. I want to get to Chicago in 2 hours. Go to Chicago for lunch. So in Tokyo is so nice, but there's unwritten rules you have to follow. I took the bullet from Osaka to Tokyo. Where's our bullet from train from LA to Vegas? That's what I'm saying. I was told we were supposed to get that. I need that Minneapolis to Chicago though. Tax me whatever you got to. I will build that train track myself. Honestly, if there was a bullet train from Minneapolis to Chicago, I might as well just live in Chicago. Detroit to Chicago would be nice for me. What did happen to that bullet train? Did it just get approved or something? Or what was the false hope that we were all given? LA to San Diego for me. We have train that does it, but bullet would be nice. Bolt would be way better. It makes such a big difference. All right, we'll put our keycaps on, make sure everything is straight. Keycaps right here. "20 minutes from LA to San Diego." Ooh. Can you imagine? Trains in the US always feels like a false hope. One day I'd like to see them figure it out. I'd like to see us figure it out too. Infrastructure in general. True. LAX still looks like LAX. You know what? Maybe I've gotten lucky. I'm sure I have gotten lucky. My LAX experiences have actually always been pretty smooth. The only part about LAX that I really do not like is how the what is it again? I don't like how you have to go wait for the bus that takes you to the rental car thing. I don't like that whole setup where you got to take a bus to get to the rental car. Which there's a lot of airports where that's the case, but for some reason at LAX it just is more annoying. But other than that, like, I have not waited in security that long at LAX. It's been pretty smooth. But again, I could be lucky. Comparing other international airports, LAX is quite lackluster interior-wise. Do you really care about the interior of your airport? I feel like as long as it's... Wow. Okay, so that is a real issue with LAX. I was going to say as long as it's clean. But LAX is... the bathrooms at LAX... not great. I'm the type that goes and waits for hours. Oh, why? At MSP, MSP, it is so easy. You can be, if you're an hour before, you're fine. If you're 30 minutes before you're boarding at MSP, you're probably fine, but it wouldn't feel good. But there's no reason to be more than an hour early to MSP. Food, give me like a couple decent food options. I agree with you there. That's like, that's somewhat important, but. Interesting shuffle. I'm gonna have to go choose some songs. Where's my music window? What is Hanada? Hanada? Oh, really? Does Tokyo have nice airports? Sounds like they do. Super nice. Maybe international airports should be nice, interior-wise. Because you do kind of have to be there for a little bit. It's a mini luxury mall. Wow. Okay, but why do I need a luxury mall? I can't shop at a luxury mall. It'd be better if they had like a Uniqlo. Duty free. No, give me a Uniqlo. Imagine a mechanical keyboard shop at the international airport. It would be something to do, that's for sure. Kyle, I did see the artisan in the bag, so we will put that on. Just gonna take a look at the keys. Oops. Manual focus lens. You guys see any keys that don't look straight? Looks pretty good to me. Spacebar already sounds good. It's crazy. Yeah, you see any keys that don't look straight? Looks fine to me. shift. I think it looks good. One, 2, 8, 9. You think 1, 2, 8, 9 are crooked? I think they look all right. Okay. All right, we'll keep going, and if I recognize anything, I'll fix it after the stream, but it's looking good. Oh, I was trying to, these have been sitting on my desk since we streamed last night. I didn't even take note of what the switches were that we desoldered yesterday. They're OWLAB? Does anyone know what these switches are? They're gray. White. OWLAB London Fog. Oh, I remember hearing that name. I never bought any of these or built anything with them. You don't like them? It's a good thing they're desoldered them. In a corner. We didn't really look at the board yesterday, so we should quit look at the board. It's beautiful. It's charcoal. I really like that it's not black. I like that it's a really dark gray. Pretty great looking keyboard, to be honest. Sorry, again, I've got the manual focus, so we're not going to be able to get a good side shot here, but the Daji boards really have a consistent look to them. It's a good look. What do you not like about the London Fog? I also like the internal screws. I know people have mixed opinions on internal screws, but hidden screws. Hidden screws is what I meant to say. Did Gion invent the tadpole mount? Was Gion doing it first? Oh shoot, now my tadpoles are... There we go, no issue. Yes. I don't recall what hardness these light blue tadpoles are, but I'm sure we can find it somewhere. Zaina, what's up? Long time. How are you? If light blue 58, thank you. Coming in with the knowledge, I appreciate you. I miss being around build streams. Just been busy with work. Dude, another person that's been busy with work. We've been talking this whole stream about how busy everyone seems to be. Hope you're doing great. Thank you. I'm doing pretty good. All considering, you know. Oh shoot. I gotta take some keys off in order to put this on. Take this one too. Yeah, we had an international conference that just happened. We were just busy prepping for that. Nice. Did you get to go somewhere fun? We're the host this year, so we didn't have to travel this time. Last year was in the Philippines. IP law firms. Sweet. Are you a lawyer? Oh no, non-magnetic. Hidden screws. Should be illegal. Yes, I specialize in intellectual property. That's cool. I used to work while I was in college. I worked on the campus's technology commercialization office. I worked in that office. And so I worked with a bunch of IP lawyers and scientists and researchers at the school, and helped get patents for the research the school was doing. I really liked that like field, that area. It's really cool stuff. The University of Minnesota has most of the revenue that we get as a result of patents is from apples, like varieties of apples that the university has created. We do that too, but we're moving towards being able to put a price on IP in itself on top of the product price for whatever invention they have. Ooh. Being able to put a price on IP itself. So like just the right to the patent. Just sell the patent directly. So if that happens, we can look at using IP as collateral for loans instead of your tangible asset. Yeah, correct. We can look at using IP as collateral for loans instead of your tangible asset. I am not smart enough to understand what that means, but it sounds interesting. Like some people don't want to sell their rights to their IP, so they look into licensing their IP to other companies while still retaining full ownership. Oh, okay, so that's exactly the apples I was describing. That's exactly what the university does with the apples. They just license, they sell licenses to the orchards so they can grow whatever the latest and greatest apple is. Cosmic Fuji brownie sundae. Nice. We did it, Joe. Recently had an apple called Ludicrous. Name was amusing, so I had to try one. If I saw Ludicrous at the store, I would have to buy it. That is a fantastic apple name. Here's the artisan we're using. Sorry, again, I don't have... Well, here, I'm just going to focus on it for you. I think ideally I have a manual lens that I don't have to reach as high up for. If it was like right here, that'd be ideal. What's up, Moose? Wow. Dolch looking really good on this board. Let's see how it looks with the Lindy cable. Hey, what's up, Justin? I love MX Blacks. Me too. Appreciate the sub. Very kind of you. Hope you had a good Monday. And I hope you like how this board sounds, because we are going to listen to it. You're right, Chudero. Where's our focus right now? It's below the keyboard. There we go. Are we there? There we go. There we go. All right. Good call. You saved the clip. All right. Ooh. There's the build. Oops, that is not the build. Let me change that really quick, because that is not the build. There is not an alu plate in here. This board is plate less. All right. Sorry, get something up to type in. Here we go. Yeah, that's nice. That might actually be. I think this is my favorite Daji board in terms of sound that I've built. I'm trying to remember now if I've done any other plateless Dajis. Trudeau, I don't have a 2.1. I built a couple 2.1s though. I ended up selling mine, but I like this build more than both of the 2.1s. Just in terms of sound. I just really like plateless. I like the way plateless feels too. Feels nice with the tadpole mount. It's pretty darn stiff, actually. It's got a little bounce, but it's pretty stiff. With the 50A tadpoles. Mods sound good. It's still got the kind of clackiness, for lack of a better term. I think I can come up with something better than that. Daji boards, in my experience, the space bars and the mods kind of always have like a more... I mean, especially when you build them in top mount, they have a resonance. There's a resonance to the Daji boards. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but there's like just a quality that's common across all of them. An aspect that's familiar. And this one definitely has it too, but I think the platelessness and the tadpoles are doing something here to make me like this sound a little bit better. What's up, Mr. Prius? Mr. Prius, we were talking about EVs earlier. We just finished this build. Do you prefer smaller keys over TKL? I like both, but if I look at what's on my desk most often, it's usually smaller keyboards. Dude, honestly, life-changing. We had some mixed reviews in here about EVs in general. I think for me, I think I'm probably a hybrid. The hybrids. I think hybrid just makes the most sense for what I'm using a car for. If I had my own place and I could, have my own charger at home and everything, it might make more sense, but... Built my Cloudline V2 with an Alu half after seeing your stream. Oh. Justin, you just reminded me. I have a personal Cloudline that I need to build. And I think I'm going to go Alu half as well, because that sounded really good. I'm going to have to go back and look at the sound test. How long ago did we build that board? Oh, I found it. The Alu half O-ring was hella good, but I'm liking it top mounted, not gonna lie. I think we went O-ring because that's what somebody liked O-ring more. So that's what we went with, but I can't remember. The switches JJW sent you were so nice and scratchy. All right, we gotta let's listen to it. Let's turn this music down for a second. Hopefully this isn't too loud for y'all. Okay, I said this yesterday. This has nothing to do with the keyboard. But remember yesterday I was saying whenever I put a desk shelf on my desk and then I take the desk shelf off, I always like how my desk looks better again with the desk shelf away. I'm looking at this video right now without a desk shelf and I like how my desk looks way better. God, this board did sound really good actually. All right, I'm gonna build my cloud line this exact way. What's up, full auto? Clicka-clacka, thank you. We're in a mustache phase. We shave to a mustache, then the beard grows in, and then when I shave to a mustache, the beard grows in. Have you tried 500 cm? I don't think so. GTA 6 before Tyler finishes his desk. The desk is never finished. I don't think I ever did a 500. The camera? What camera? Did the focus get off again? Focus looks good. Evan, what's next for your desk? What are you gonna do? Are you done? Are you pretty satisfied with where things are at? Didn't know 500 cm was a keyboard. Missed that? Oh, yes, a keyboard. Yeah, I don't think I've ever built a 500 cm. I think the only Marisi board I've ever built was well, I built a numpad. What's that numpad called again? I can't remember what the numpad is called. And then we built an OQ. So I'm just looking through the memories. We built an OQ. I don't think I've built any other ones. This isn't all of my streams, but since I started also putting them on YouTube, we definitely have not built another Marisi board. Not that I remember. Finished until something breaks. Getting a new graphics card on Black Friday. Ooh. Are you getting it for the purposes of gaming, or are you getting it for a different task workload? Is your current one limiting you? How many frames do you get on Roblox right now? You've been playing Skate? Dude, Skate is so fun. Skate is the perfect. I mean, basically, my friends and I, we play PlayStation to like chat and hang out, and so we play Fortnite for the most part, and sometimes Rocket League. But Skate is the perfect, just like hang out with your friends and mostly talk and kind of skateboard. We should play, dude. Delhi. Delhi is the name of the numpad. Yeah, I like that numpad. Have you guys seen the video of the monkey beating the Ender Dragon in Minecraft? Skate's so nostalgic. I like yeah, in Skate I like going full, I don't know. I'm a poser, so I don't actually know any of the moves or anything. But I like going down into the full skeleton lay on the board. Have you seen the video of an orangutan driving the golf cart? No. Can you imagine you're just in like an online lobby, something. You're just on a server. It turns out you could be playing with a monkey. Also, this isn't a monkey. This is an ape. I agree. This is good content. This is back when we used to make real content. No. Oh, we're screwed. We're not rewatching. A method called teaching an ape to do it for you. Man, science content on YouTube is one of the remaining beacons of hope. We gotta get more science on the algorithm for the kids. For me. For real. Six, seven, 6'7". Actually, you know what my TikTok's all about right now? My TikTok is all like unreleased, small, not always very good uh artists that are trying to make like dance music. No, this is just a driving video. Tokyo Expressway at night. Luther, what's up, my friend? Thank you for the sub. 26 months is. I don't even know what to say to that. I feel like an old man out here. 26 months. Appreciate you. I hope you're well. How's life? How's photography? That 2007 HHKB is still on Facebook Market page? When did you send that? You sent that a while ago, didn't you? I bet no one knows what it is, right? Do you know that house sound I run from TikTok since I was AI? All right. Justin, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So that song was playing every other TikTok for me for like a month. The I run, I run, I run. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I love that shit. I thought that shit was hard as hell. That little teaser intro was so good. What people kept repeating on TikTok. And then the actual song came out, and as usual with these little TikTok, try to get you hyped up dance music on there. Then it finally comes out, and it's like, you know. The drop is just never as good as you hope it is. But that little 5 second repeating clip that people would play on TikTok of I Run was, I'm not gonna lie, I liked that shit. That shit was nice. But I did also hear that it was AI, which is sad, unfortunately. Hello, Eisenheim. First time chat, where are you coming from? We just finished our build, and now I'm just kind of hanging out. We're just chatting. Photography is amazing. How are you? Isn't it, man? I love photography. I've been in another spiral with photography where I can't decide if it makes sense for me to have and use the Hasselblad. Wow, actually look at the color match on that. That's pretty on brand for tonight. I love this camera. The Hasselblad is sick. I use this for all of my basically everything you see on Instagram. I'm using the Hasselblad for. It's so like inspiring to use, and it just feels like I'm making art when I use it. But no lie, this is like the stupidest, slowest, most outclassed camera in terms of functionality and just how easy it is to work with. It is a pain in the ass to use, but it slows me down and it makes me take really good pictures. The other issue is that lenses for this camera, stupid, insanely priced. Like the only lenses that I own for this camera are the 75p and the 45p. and they are, I believe, the two cheapest lenses that you can possibly buy in this system. There's one more. There's a 28p as well. But it's like I can't even... The other lenses just aren't even an option for me. So I have right now the most budget. There's technically one other Hasselblad XCD body that came before this one that's a little bit cheaper. But I've heard it's just so terrible to use. This one at least fixed some things that body was not good at. But I actually have like the most budget possible setup that you could have within the Hasselblad XCD system. And it just kind of sucks because like I feel super limited in what I can do next in terms of like getting... I really can't get any more lenses because other ones are just too expensive. So I was thinking like, do I sell this setup and go back to Sony, something like the A7R5 again, which technically has more megapixels in its files than this camera, but the sensor is bigger in this camera. And Hasselblad will tell you about like their color science being way better than Sony, and maybe that's true, but I don't know. In so many ways, this camera is such a pain in the ass to use, and just having the Sony system again would be so easy to use. But I look at some pictures that come out of this camera, and like I said, it feels like art. So it's tough. Sometimes though, once you're hardware limited, it forces you to be more creative. That's another point too, Chudro. It's another point too. I do also feel limited in what I can take pictures of with this camera. Like with only these two lenses, I'm never doing nature photography. I'm never doing sports photography. Oh my God. I can't even imagine doing sports photography with this. There might as well be no autofocus on this camera. It is so bad. But if I switch back to Sony, okay, another good thing about Sony. So right now I have two cameras, obviously, for my streams. I would like one more camera so I can have a third camera angle. If I replace this with an A7R5, then I would have a third camera that would be both my main photo camera and another video camera. I don't know. I'm just yapping now, but these are the things that have been on my mind. And I got some thinking to do. Great point though, Chudro. When you are limited, it absolutely does, in my experience, force you to be more creative. It's absolutely true. Your thoughts on Leica or Fujifilms? I don't have any experience with Fujifilm, but I bought my very first Leica lens recently, and that was actually kind of what sparked some of this consumerism that I've been dealing with now. The Leica lens is actually what I'm using as my top-down lens right now. It's a vintage Leica R lens, 35 millimeter Summicron, and I really, really like it. I was taking some video with it today. I'm using it basically just for video, but I took some pictures with it too, and it makes some really cool images. And so then I was thinking like, what if I just sell all of my current lenses and just buy Leica glass, and then I just adapt my Leica glass to a Sony A7R5, and then it's kind of like I have everything that I could possibly want. It's just too much work. What's up, Shonies? Yeah, we were talking about my my camera issues. My camera dreams, rather, not issues. I'm very fortunate to be able to afford what I can, but Where do you sell? I've had good luck both buying and selling things on. Well, Facebook locally is always the easiest. If I can sell something on Facebook, that's money. I don't have to ship anything. We can do it in person. It's super smooth. But if Facebook doesn't sell, I'll put you guys onto a little site. If you've never heard of Fred Miranda, if you like camera stuff, Fred Miranda. I see some crazy prices on there. I've been telling myself to buy a camera, A6400 or A6700. Oh, I love talking about cameras, Shonys. Let me know. I think you'd like either one. If you're doing video, 6-700. But if you don't care about video, 6400. A super rare Toby. That's what I was thinking. Oh, 6-7. You got us, Ryan. You got us. I said 6-7. It's over. Good to know. Might sell my Sony stuff. Haven't been using it lately. Would you sell, are you going to get rid of all your camera stuff or are you going to switch to something else? I have an XT5 but kind of miss my Sony A6400. Sony's nice. Sony's easy. Sony's got the best autofocus. You can adapt. Or first of all, there's so many lenses available for the Sony system and third-party lenses. It's crazy. You can find so much used stuff for Sony. But then, yeah, the autofocus is also so good. If you do anything that needs autofocus. Any new pickups for Black Friday? One thing I'm eyeing for Black Friday for myself is... There's some other things I'm looking at to like give as gifts. But for myself, and it's a bit of a long shot, but I'm looking around just in case I can find a discount anywhere on the nice espresso scale. The Akai Lunar. Is it Akai? Akaya? I don't actually know how to say it, but... What are you guys looking at for Black Friday consumerism? $160 plus GMK. Really, Chudorel? You don't like it? I'm between either that or the Buku. But I don't really like how the Buku looks. And honestly, it's like 50-50. I need a good scale. Because I now at this point have bought 3 cheap scales. And they all have kind of croaked. But it's like 50%, I need a scale that works good. And 50%, the Lunar just is the best looking scale. My Nexi has issues with heavier cups for my espresso shots. Really? Are you sure yours is all right? Right now, I have one of the Time More scales right now, but it acts really weird. It started acting increasingly weird, and I don't really trust the weight that it's giving me anymore. I don't know. I think I probably just like the way that it looks, to be honest, with the Lunar. I want the black one. Plateless hits diff just like how good cameras. True, true. Listen to this playlist. This is definitely, I said it earlier, but this is my favorite Daji board I've built, I think. I know. I know. I calibrate it monthly too, but with my heavier glass, it makes forever to zero out and sometimes start fluctuating weight and thinks it's short start. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right, but honestly, you're kind of convincing me not to get it right now. How you wait for the ASCII? F from Inuashiki? You spelled it ASCII, that's funny. Do you still remember the Leviathan? It was too much playlist for me. What did you not like about that playlist? I remember the Leviathan. I liked that board. But hey, it does look sexy. Yeah, it does. It does, doesn't it? Is that why you haven't replaced it? I know. I assume you haven't replaced it because that scale is, again, $250. But I've heard mixed things about their support. Some people say, like, if your scale starts acting up, just contact them. And they'll get you straight. But maybe that's not true. Hell no, Toby. When I golf, I get the, I'm looking for the Twilight Pass tickets at the end of the day. 50% off at the local city courses. Yeah. Under 50. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Theo? Welcome back. I should contact them and see if I can get some support, but laziness, that'll get you. I've been dragging my feet on some stuff lately. You have the La Marzocca. Ooh, do you have the mini or the micro? Either way, I'm gonna be jealous. I might have to book a flight to Cali so that HR Toby can teach me about golf. Fly him to you. Bring him to you so you can learn on your local courses. Mini R. Your wife hates it? I feel like most people's wives like the minis and the micros, because they are objectively aesthetic, you know? They're just a little big. The micro might be more agreeable. She misses the Breville. Oh. If it's a dual boiler, at least it can make good coffee, but I did not like the way that my dual boiler looked. It was very easy to use, but I did not like how it looked. I'm starting to realize, do I just care about how my coffee stuff looks, or do I actually want good coffee, you know? Have you seen the EV car Scout? Sounds familiar. Oh, no, this doesn't look familiar. It looks like a Rivian though. Ooh. I don't know if I like how it says Scout. If that makes sense. I don't know if I like how it says Scout right here. But other than that, I like the idea. It's kind of like my keyboards. I don't like my keyboards to say their name. Like a Pokemon, you know? My wife is all about convenience and has zero appreciation for the look. Respect. Taste and looks are equally important. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind it says Scout, but do mind that it's not centered. Is Scout the name of the car, though? Or is Scout the name of the... It's kind of a cool website, not gonna lie. Scout is the what do you call it? The make? You hate when websites are like this? This is going on for way too long. I will say that. At first it was cool, but I have been scrolling for a minute to get down to something I can actually click on. Yeah, that took a very long time to scroll down. I don't know. I think the name of the car, if anything, the name of the car should be on the butt. I'm standing by. I don't like the name on the front of the car. Why is there fly fishing in here too? Just there's supposed to be like a camping. Is it a camping centered car? Oh, they're not fly fishing. It's just regular fishing. It is America. Nostalgia. Remember when Grandpa would take you fishing? In his flying EV? I guess I like the tramp stamp then. Honestly, I prefer no name. Alrighty. I think it is bedtime. One more look at the board here. I don't know if Kyle's still with us, but thank you, Kyle, once again for the trust. It's always fun to build your boards. It's always fun to build a Daji board. I do really like this charcoal gray. Looks nice. And again, sounds very good. It is a school night. It is a school night. I can hear my mom in the other room telling me to get to bed. Rainy day would be a good set for this too. But wow. I like that Lindy cable on there too. Matches the Hasselblad. All right, y'all. Take a quick look at what else is out there tonight. Oh, we're gonna raid someone that is local to me. All right. Lately, I've been playing a lot of chess.com, trying to get my chess game up. This guy we're going to raid into is very cool. He plays chess. He's very good at chess. And I'm trying to get him to teach me how to play chess. So check him out. Say hi. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Wednesday, we're going to check out the new Bayon Lenja board. Bayon Lenja? Yeah. We're going to check that board out on Wednesday. So lots of streams this week. I'll see you then. Have a good night. Drink some water. Have a little bedtime snack if your tummy's a little hungry. And I'll see you when I see you. All right. Bye, guys.
Tyler Keyboard Live, kind of good looking in person, not gonna lie. Had me feeling a little Gage.